Today, class, we're going to learn about the Sui dynasty. The Sui dynasty rose in the early 580s.
Actually, Mr. Lorenz, it's pronounced a sweet.
Well, where did it come from?
Well, a guy named Yang Jan became the emperor through a marriage alliance with the Zhao.
What happened to the Zhao?
Empire was failing. And Yang Jan got power and married into their family. He founded a new dynasty. Because Yang Jan was so smart, he claimed the title of Wendy, what historians refer to as a literary emperor. He was a smarty pants, like Henry.
Hey, but so smart. Why aren't they still around?
Talk slower.
We're getting to that. I'm sorry. First, the Sui dynasty was prosperous because Yang Jan pulled China out of warring states by unifying the nation with bureaucracy.
How did he do that?
Yang Jan fought with the Chen kingdom and claimed their land. They're in green. And he brought them into China and expanded China's land. People liked him because he lowered taxes and helped the economy by making granaries. This gave people more jobs.
I have a job.
Have a job.
Like to contest.
Class, behave. Because everybody liked the smart emperor so much, the bureaucracy was large and well educated. Like the Han dynasty in classical China, their government was very centralized. Like the Qin dynasty, they had a strong military.
If they had a strong military, how did it last so long?
This strong military protected the dynasty and brought along long periods of peace. In these times of peace, people were able to focus on other things, like technology and expanding the empire.
What else could they do?
Because they were doing so well, their economy prospered and they traded overseas. This economy helped support their large population. As a result, the legacy of this dynasty was that they left behind great art and a wealthy society.
So Wendy's son...
Wait. Who's Wendy?
Well, that was the title of Yang Jan claimed, remember? He was referred to as a literary emperor, Wendy.
Wendy is a silly name.
It's not Wendy, it's Wendy.
Anyway, class, Wendy was murdered by his son, who took over the position of emperor. Wendy laid such a great political and economic foundation that his son, Yang Di, couldn't help himself and murdered his father to get power.
I guess they don't have Father's Day in China. Go.
Yang Di, Wendy's son, continued the conquest started by his father and pushed back nomadic intruders. He restored the idea of the Confucian examination system, much like in the Han Dynasty.
What were the exams for? Could they pass?
I would pass if it's anything like robotics.
Class. The examination system was for figuring out who could get in the bureaucracy, and it was based on Confucian ideas. When Wendy was a great emperor, his son was kind of bad.
How is he poopy?
Class, you really can't be doing this to my board. So Yang Di, Wendy's son, was overly fond of money, and he bought too many things with the money that would have done better in the hands of the poor. He forced his peasants to build palaces and great canals to interlink his empire.
That's terrible.
It's okay. It gets worse. He sent these people to war with Korea, and they tried to get it back under Chinese rule. These campaigns proved ineffective. These failures, along with attacks by Turkic nomads, led to revolts throughout the empire.
What happened?
Well, Yang Di, Wendy's son, was assassinated by his own ministers. It's okay. It's okay. And the future of China looked grim. It looked like it would return to the state of political division and social turmoil.
That is so depressing.
I know. It's okay.
A brief prosperity. The Sui dynasty pulled China out of disarray briefly and put in place a very prosperous legacy before sinking back into social and political turmoil.